What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the FATMANS podcast, y'all. I got a reaction for y'all. Before we get up in this reaction, y'all, can you do one thing for me? Please hit that like button and subscribe button, y'all, and share the video with everybody. See your family, friends, whoever you see. Tell them to subscribe to the FATMANS podcast, y'all, and tell them to drop a like for me for the algorithm. Y'all drop a like for me for the algorithm. Tell them to tell them to hit the subscribe button, y'all, and for the algorithm, y'all. If you have any comments, opinions, whatever you got, go ahead and drop in the comment section. I do read all of them. I'm not a responsible, but I definitely do read them, y'all. But let's get up in this reaction, y'all. So this I don't know how to say that name. It's from this channel I'm not Hampton. Last name is Hampton, and the title is Joseph Brown Babysitter Court Case. I don't know what's going to happen up here. I probably have like a little attention getter title than this, y'all. But yeah, let's get up in here. I like the JoJo Brown's, videos, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do some more of them. But all right, y'all, let's get up in here.
For Judge Joe Brown, he's the real deal in the courtroom today.
I agreed to watch her kids, and she didn't agree to pay.
She's trifling if she thinks I owe her anything. A busy mom, a frustrated babysitter, and some high-strung children. Student Amber Hampton is suing her neighbor for unpaid babysitting fees. Defendant Melinda Campbell says the plaintiff failed to watch her children properly. Now, here's Judge Joe Brown.
All right, so I've read this, and this troubles me because there's some things that are going on behind the scene that I'm going to touch on very lightly. But let's see.
Damn, looking rough than the motherfucker. Yeah, damn. Ooh, that's a silverback right there, boy. A white silverback. Albino silverback right there, boy. Gorilla girl right there, boy. Beast Titan right there, boy.
You can stand up. Come on over. Okay, you're in the military.
Yeah, I know y'all hear that little background in the video. That's not me. That's like, that's the old videos. You know how it go.
This is your wife, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me what the arrangement was that you had with the defendant here.
Well,
We got Oreo right here, boy.
put up these flyers about a month after we moved
swirl.
there to just ask if anybody needed any temporary babysitting, because I was out of school temporarily, just took a semester off because we just moved there, and I was just trying to do something to make a little
you're
extra
in
money.
school as a student, and you're in, what are you, E5?
E5.
E5.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Sonia, get that for me, would you?
And I just put those up all over our complex. We live in a gated community, and with my number and stuff, so that people could contact me if they needed me, just for weekends, if they wanted to go out with their spouse, or, I mean, like for her, I babysat her kids when they got out of school for a couple hours until she got off work.
Okay, let's say, need temporary babysitter? I can be of assistance. I'm a 22-year-old pre-nursing student and military wife. We just moved here, and I'm taking a semester off from school. I have taken various first aid and nursing courses, etc., etc., blah, blah, blah. All right, you got a response. What kind of arrangement did you have with the defendant?
She told me that she just needed me to watch her kids after they got off the bus.
How many kids are we talking about?
2.
2. How old are they?
6 and 7.
Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
6 or 7. All right, tell me about what happened.
They would get off the bus and they would walk to my apartment, and sometimes I would meet them. She told me I didn't really need to meet them at the bus, that they knew their way. But a couple times I would be going down to check the mail or something, and they would be messing with the gate, or people would be stopping them in their cars because they were in the middle of the street. So
all the kids, I'm sorry, I have a problem with that, because they walked with other kids from the bus. So you never informed me of that either.
Excuse me. See, you weren't there, you don't know. You're making an assumption. Now, keep going.
Well, I gave it a couple days, just let them kind of see how they could do it. They knew where my apartment was, and they would come. And then I had to go check the mail, so when I very first started walking up there, they were messing with the gate.
What'd they tell you?
They started coming towards me. They listened to me that time, and I said, you guys know you can't do that. You'll get your fingers caught or whatever. It wasn't it was a big deal, but it wasn't enough for me to say,
no big deal, that's one
your
time.
Kids. Yeah, so
okay.
They listened to me, and that was fine. And after that happened, I just, every once in a while, I would just go down there and check on them. They wouldn't know that I was coming, just to see, make sure they were okay. And I would, like, hide behind the car and scare them, just have a little fun.
In other words, you're being watched. That my mother,
Yeah.
uncle or two did that to me, you know, like, don't think nobody's looking at you.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes, well, they were good little kids, but sometimes they would be in the street and, you know, you'd have to tell them to get back on the sidewalk and stuff. That's not anything, I mean, I'm sure their mother knows that they don't always stay on the sidewalk like they're supposed to. They're little 6- and 7-year-old
But
kids.
she thinks they do.
Well, they don't.
No, I don't. I don't think that at all.
How many weeks did you keep her children?
I kept them for about maybe 4 or 5 weeks.
4 or 5 weeks.
Give or take a little, yeah.
Did you have any rules about the provision of lunch?
Yes. She was supposed to provide snacks because they would just get home from school. They would do their homework.
Very in elementary school.
Yes.
So what happens relative to these snacks and other things?
The first week that we had them, she supplied me with some, like, you know, little juiced cups and snacks and stuff that I could give them when they got out of school. And when I started running low, I'd tell her, you know, you need to get some juice, you need to get some of this, you need to get some of that. There were times when I told her and she waited 3 or 4 days, so they didn't have
But there was
any.
times when I got off work and I went to pick them up that I, you know, wanted to attend to them, and I didn't always have time to go to the store.
If she didn't have time, she could have gave me the money and I could have did it. I offered. Just give me $10. I'll give you
Okay,
some
keep
juice
going.
cups.
Tell me what you told me in your complaint.
There were times when I would tell her that we were running low, and she would wait 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, we
and I'd
got
bring
that.
them.
You said that.
Okay.
She said she was too busy. She just had things to... And then you
So-
said, well, she could have given me the money and I'd have dealt with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the times that she didn't do it, I provided it for them. She said, "Oh, just give them water." They were at my house for 4 or 5 hours sometimes.
But
I'm
they
not just
drink
gonna
water
give
when
them
they're outside
water.
playing because it's hot outside.
What about snacks? What about food? You think your kids don't need food for
You
4 or
act like
5
I never
hours?
brought you anything, like they didn't have anything.
There
But there
were
were-
days that you didn't bring stuff. Days.
But she said
Days.
already she was too preoccupied
It wasn't like
and
I was
busy.
too preoccupied. It was like that by the time I got home, I'd fix them dinner, put them in bed. During my work time, I just did not have time during the day to go. It wasn't like I was just totally ignoring the situation.
Then why didn't you give me cash? I could.
You never asked me, Amber.
They're your kids. Why wouldn't?
You never asked me, Amber. Oh, y'all might, I mean, y'all might be funny. The way y'all be talking. You never asked me, Amber, what stink ass, you know, shake head, everything like that. You never asked me, Amber. Come on now. Come on, mother. You supposed to provide the snacks and stuff. Talking about you know what I mean. If you want her to babysit the kids, like even when I was going to school, you know, we had snacks in the house after we came from home. Cause you know what I mean, like come on now, stop it. You know, we had like little chips, or you know, we had like what else we had up in there? Yogurt or something like that, cheese. We like a sandwich or something like that. You know, you can make a grilled cheese or something. Like, even though I don't like grilled cheese, I'm just saying. Like, come on now, man. You know, if we survive some goldfish or something, you know, little fruit cups or some Capri Suns or something like that. Talking about water for 4 and 5 hours. At least bring some carrots and ranch or something like that. Like, goddamn. Damn. So you got Costco for a reason. You got Sam's Club for a reason. You just buy in bulk. But all right, y'all, let's get back up in here.
Why didn't you just give me the money and say, "Hey, I'm sorry. Can you maybe go to the commissary and get them something?" You didn't even ask.
Because
The commissary? What you talking about? What commissary you talking about?
The money and say, "Hey, I'm sorry. Can you maybe go to the commissary and get them something?"
The commissary?
You didn't even ask
because
me.
I did not want to take time out of your schedule. Because, you know, apparently that's
But you'll
the whole
take money
thing.
out of my pocket, but you won't take.
Ma'am, what you talking about commissary for? Wait, so you mean tell me so you wasn't trying to take time out her schedule, but you're gonna take her money? Okay, that makes sense.
Time out my
But you
schedule.
won't watch my kids when you're supposed to. Half the time you didn't even know where they were at sometimes.
Are you serious?
Excuse
You don't
me,
know where your
excuse
own
me,
kids are at.
Excuse me. Therein lies the problem that starts developing. What did
Your
you...
job is to watch them. That's what I paid you for, to know where they were at when I was not home.
Here, let me ask you this. I said, I'm going to go to the park with them. No, you don't have to go to the
The
park
park
with
was
them.
right
They're
there. I
okay.
didn't want you to feel like you had to sit outside with them when they're old.
There's
they go to
nowhere
the
else
park.
for them to go. They either go on their bike or they go to the park. Now, you just said that I don't know where they're at, and I offered to go to the park
There
with
was
them.
times I
You told
come
me
to your
they
house
had
and like where they're like, oh, she's at a friend's house too. I don't know.
No, I would tell you the apartment number. Don't even.
You
I had
never
them
gave
write
me
it
the
down.
apartment number. We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
One of her kids came in for something. I don't
They
really
had
know
a
her.
head injury, right?
I don't babysit her anymore, and she came over because her mother did not put sunscreen on her. Why don't you do the math?
And later today,
He wanted a TV stereo for his car.
Well, I needed one.
So-
I take a lot of trips, so I got to be
You
able to
don't
watch
need
TV.
that.
When do you take a lot of trips?
I take a lot of trips. I go places.
It's Joe time after this.
I'm Montel Williams. The partnership will help people.
Really?
quickly became a military.
Yeah, they still have their commercials on YouTube.
Says she was new to her military base when the defendant took her up on an offer to babysit. She says it quickly became obvious the defendant's children were a little out of control. Let's listen in.
You say eventually when spring break rolled around, you got an inquiry from the defendant if you could reduce the fees to a flat rate. Is that right?
Yes, it is. She came to me, told me that she could not afford to pay the $10 per hour because I was going to have them for almost the entire week, for basically the entire day, from early in the morning to late at night. And she asked me if I could just come up with some kind of flat rate.
Damn, man, what the hell? What job you working at? Since the later in the morning to late at night, like what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing for your job? Like, that's crazy. Sound like a dude or something like that. Like, it's usually like dudes like they work late or something like that. But you working late, like, that's weird.
So that she could pay me.
All right. Now, your previous agreement was the rate for 2 children was $10 per hour. Is that
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you reduced it to was a flat rate of $250 for the week.
Yes, and it would have been $360.
And at that point in time, she was already, you say, in the hole for about $45. Spring break came and went. You continued to keep her kids, and she didn't give you any money. Is that right?
So
Exactly.
You
She
did
told
not
me
keep
that
them past spring break.
I didn't.
'Cause
I kept them
It
on
says right up
spring
there
break.
that you kept them for 3 days out of spring break. 3 days because I had to go on emergency leave. You kept them for 3 days.
3 days at 7-8 hours a day. Why don't you do the math?
But you're sitting there saying that you kept them after the fact. You did not keep them
I never
after
said-
that.
Where does it say that I kept them after spring break? I didn't keep them at all after spring break.
I was getting to the point of after spring break came and went, I kept her kids, and she didn't give me any money. Melinda promised to pay, but always found a way not to give me any money. Although I no longer keep her kids, her daughter showed up at my doorstep just last week.
You feel like I don't watch. How dare you sit there and say, "Oh,
Melinda's
first
kids
of all."
are still running around our complex unsupervised.
Wow, because I know where their friends are, and I know when they.
Damn. She a nosy neighbor. She telling all the business. The daughter came just last week talking about I'm hurting, something like that. Damn. Oh my God. That's cold blooded, boy. Told her, telling everything. Not everything, everything.
They go to their
I
friends,
feel
and
sorry
I was,
for them. Now, they showed
Really,
up.
my kids are that bad? You feel that bad for my kids? Like, they don't
Well,
have, they
no,
don't
hold
do?
on. We're getting into a point here
not
that
to
I
say
get
that.
a little disturbed
That's an
about.
opinion.
Excuse me.
not an opinion.
Excuse me. When did you last run in there?
Last time I saw Your Honor was about the first week of May.
And what was the problem?
One of her kids came in for something. I don't
They
really
had
know
a
her.
head injury, right?
Yes,
How'd
Your
she
Honor.
get hurt?
She was playing in her room with her friends, and she fell off her bed and hit the nightstand, the back of her head post.
Just what I put a note down. A fall is going to be said to be the cause of this
That's
problem.
exactly what happened, Your Honor.
You see the girl show up at your house last week.
Yep.
She informed me, said she came for, like, what,
So
sunscreen
what
or
did
something?
she come over there for?
Exactly. I don't babysit her anymore, and she came over because her mother did not put sunscreen on her.
I didn't even...
And when she got to my house, first of all, it's summertime in North Carolina. It's about 90 degrees.
I know.
First of all, she was there with my
let's see.
mom.
Your mom wasn't with her.
Now, what I'm going to do to avoid embarrassment to your children and you is avoid getting into the rest of this about why your children, for 3 and 4 hours after they get out of elementary school, have been running around essentially unsupervised, being places where you don't realize they are because you don't think they're there, and are starting to tell adults you can't tell me what to do. Now, you have a problem. and that fall fell off the bed, hit the head on the nightstand.
That's exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Now, something's preoccupying you. Your children responded to this discipline, order, and authority that was being provided for them. Your son from the plaintiff's husband here, who is a sergeant in the Army, and the plaintiff over here relative to your daughter. And just last week, she shows up, please give me some help. And where is Mama? And you've got a disaster. So let's get this together. You're owed your money.
Yes.
Like I said, there's some disturbing things behind the scene. Enough said, 405 in the court cost.
Thank you.
Courtroom is now in recess. The defendant was...
Damn. Give me my money, my 450. Dang, she was embarrassing the hell out the mother. Talking about how the hell she felt like what? How she hurt her head like that? Like fall off the bed. Like usually, like they wouldn't run to the soul. No, like you know, you fall off the bed like little baby, or something like they wouldn't just what they like. I don't know. It is a little disturbing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know she was a single mother. It said they live on a they live on a military base or something like that. I don't know, but damn. But all right, yeah, that's the end of the video, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think up in the comments, y'all, and opinions, thoughts, whatever you got, y'all. But before we end this off, please hit that like button and subscribe button, y'all, and share the video with everybody. See your family, friends, whoever you see, and tell them to subscribe to the FATMANS podcast, y'all. And yeah, hit that like button, y'all, for the algorithm, y'all. I need to hit that for the like button so we can get out there a little bit more, y'all. I'm trying to hit that 2,000 by March, y'all, so we see if we can hit that, y'all. Osiris off on the FATMANS podcast. I thank y'all for watching, y'all. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.